Hello and welcome everybody to another Duskmourn House of Horror draft. I'm Paul Cheon and today we are still at rank number 1. Man, that last video, still a little salty about that one just because I'm always disappointed in myself when I don't play my best despite having a pretty good record in the last draft. But let's continue building a rock solid lead against whoever is number 2. I believe it's either 2Duck Cubed or Niquam. Those are the two people that are trying to top me right now. So we will try to keep them further away. Now, before I head into this draft, I wanted to say that this video is brought to you by tcgplayer.com. If you want to pick up sealed product or singles at the most competitive prices, make sure you check out tcgplayer.com and click that affiliate link in the description below before you make any purchases. Additionally, check out heavyplay.com for top-of-the-line Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. We're talking about all the swag you bring to your local F&M. Deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, and more. Go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. All right, I'm due for a busted rare. I feel like I'm due for a busted rare. Or a ley line. Sad. All right, let's take a look at this pack. All the commons are bad. We have a bunch of decent uncommons, though. Machete is good. It's a nice first pick because it's a colorless card and goes in any deck. Fear of being hunted is also very good, as just a solid creature, pairs very well with Most Valuable Slayer. I also like Insidious Fungus a fair amount, but I think they're all worse than Unnerving Grasp. This card is just fantastic. Manifesto War, as I like to call it. One of the better uncommons in the entire set, and what better way to follow that up? Man, we've been getting Fear of Isolation a lot in our drafts. I'm going to slam it here. I do love Mia Spineseeker Centipede. This is one of the best commons in the set, next to like Scorching Dragonfire probably is what I would take over it. Possibly Trapped in the Light or Trapped in the Screen or whatever, but anyways, I'm going to slam Fear of Isolation here. This card is amazing. Really good start. Two premium blue uncommons here to start the draft. And moving on to pack number 3, we have the choice between basically Murder, 2 blue cards, or a Terramorphic Expanse. I'm a big fan of Glimmerburst, and I do like it more than Meatlocker. Although with the Fear of Isolation, the Meatlocker might be more of a consideration here. I'm not really considering Murder very much. I don't want to pair blue with black generally. And I think black is generally pretty weak unless you pair it specifically with red. And even in black-red, Murder's fine. So I think I'm just going to take one of these blue cards. You know, I'm actually going to mix it up this time around. I will take Meatlocker over Glimmerburst, partially because I think they're somewhat close. This is a nice interactive spell. It's a good tempo card as well, but it also just pairs really well with the Fear of Isolation. So I'm going to, if I didn't have the Fear of Isolation, I probably would take the Glimmerburst, but because I have it, I will try out the Meatlocker here. Then, of course, immediately we see a pack with another Meatlocker here. There's a Wildfire Wickerfolk, which is quite nice. Don't really care about Patch Plaything. Blue-black might be the color combination that we need to be, but I don't really want to move into that unless I see a good blue-black Signpost card, maybe. I think I might just take another Meatlocker, although I'm not as happy about it, but it is nice that I do know that Fear of Isolation is going to be quite strong here. But with double Meatlocker and Unnerving Grasp, obviously these are fine in control decks as well, but I am kind of interested in maybe having an aggressive deck because then you can really just kind of play a nice little tempo game here with the tap effect here with the Grasp. Wow. All right, well, blue is wide open. Blue seems to be pretty open. I love blue as a color, too. I'm going to slam the bottomless pool. Notably, I see some red cards and some black cards. Green seems super cut off, and I'm not seeing a lot of white as well, which is really unfortunate because those are the two colors I really like to pair with blue. But we do have a fair number of enchantments, so if we still see a couple of white Signpost uncommons, we could just be mono blue splashing some of the good white cards. We shall see. But right now, there's just no reason to just not keep taking blue cards here. The Rat's fine. Valgavoth's Faithful is fine. If I want to do the blue-black Reanimator thing. But I can just take Underwater Tunnel and pass that decision on for a later point. Well, I'm just going to keep taking blue cards. Can't really go wrong here. Noting that there's a Manifest Dread and a Rootwise Survivor late. There's a Vile Mutilator, which I care less about, but I do really like Cursed Windbreaker. Another card that's very, very good with Fear of Isolation. So it's a late Rootwise Survivor, but I haven't seen enough green to make me want to take this. The Apparition might be good. We have 5 enchantments. It's good with the bottomless pool. I'm not a big fan of this creature in general, but just mono blue start, no big deal. You know what's funny? We could actually end up... What if we get some Mind Skinners, right? What if we get some Mind Skinners? I mean, we have a bunch of flyers here already. All right, I will finally take the Cynical Loner. I think blue and red is probably a weaker pair, and I don't really care about the Specialist. Cynical Loner can be interesting in blue-black. I'll take a Balemerc Leech. I do have a lot of enchantments, and it's a fine 2-mana play. It's not great, but it fills the curve, right? But is the person passing to us in green? How do we see no white cards or green cards? But like I said, I don't mind having a predominantly blue deck. And then if I just, in pack 2, if they're just like, here's 2 Gremlin Tamers and an Ethereal Armor. Sure. Let's go. Need some interaction here, though. Now, these rooms are also nice. If I do end up in blue-black, let's say I pick up Final Vengeances. These rooms are nice to fling once I get full value out of them. Here, I'll take a black-red land. So just a weird start. Nothing, not super duper impressive. It's fine. 3, 4, 5, like 7 cards I'm reasonably happy playing. And then we have a bunch of filler stuff here. I do need interaction, so I'm going to slam this Unable to Scream out of this pack. Very, very happy about that. So we have some tempo cards, a couple of bounce effects, a couple of tap effects, but Unable to Scream is our first hard removal effect. And honestly, these black 2-drops could make its way into our deck, right? We can just, like, if we just curve out and play maybe a blue-black eerie curve-out deck, that's certainly on the table here for a second color combination. So here, there's this is interesting. I don't know that I just feel like green was probably not the place to be here. There's a Beastie, which is fine, along with an Emergence. There's a Trapped in the Screen, which is a very good removal spell and a color combination I'm much more interested in being in over the Skull Snap Nuisance. So I'm going to actually take Trapped in the Screen here, knowing that I didn't see a whole lot of white, but just knowing that I just want enchantments and maybe a couple of uncommons if I get it. And I think if nobody's in blue-black, there's a really good chance this Nuisance tables anyways. So let's take the Trapped in the Screen here and see what we get. And now we see an Oblivious Bookworm. It's an Oblivious Bookworm. I just don't think we're supposed to be green. But the Bookworm is really good with the Windbreaker, the Unnerving Grasp, the Underwater Tunnel. Man. For white, there's a Fear of Abduction. I'm not the biggest fan of this card. We do have some things to exile. Maybe it's a decent top-end thing to win the game with. But like I said, I didn't see a whole lot of green or white. So the question is, do I want the Bookworm or do I take Fear of Abduction? Because I'm still kind of at that point where I'm trying to figure out what my second color is supposed to be. I think the Bookworm is just so much better that I'm just going to take it here and just go one pick at a time here. Not seeing a lot of white. I saw the Trapped in the Screen, but then things are drying up here once again. Not seeing a whole lot of black either. There's Irreverent Gremlin, which is fine. So there's a Beastie and a Meat Locker. I just don't think I want Meat Locker number 3. So let's just take the Beastie here, I guess, in case blue-green is the combination that we somehow end up being in. Now I'll slam Floodpitch Drowner, because blue's obviously open. We'll take that for the deck. And we'll just keep taking it one pick at a time. I don't like Fear of Imposters. I think the card's quite bad. Let's Play Game's okay. Cathartic Parting's fine if you're blue-green, but there's a perfectly fine Glimmerburst, which I'm going to take for the deck because I know that I will absolutely be able to play this card in my deck, and we are still in the process of trying to figure out what our second color needs to be. I guess it's just not black, and I don't really want to be blue-black anyways. Here we have the choice between Get Out, a blue-green land, and a Terramorphic Expanse. I'm going to take Terramorphic because I have this Trapped in the Screen. I just feel like this is going to be very, very useful for our deck because we're still trying to figure out what our second color needs to be. Now we have some random black cards. There's a Fear of Abduction. I guess I'll take this. But didn't get any of the Signpost cards in white, so this doesn't seem that strong either. Now there's a Let's Play a Game that tabled. There's a Creeping Peeper with double Meat Locker, Bottomless Pool, Underwater Tunnel. Yeah, there's a world where the Peeper's actually playable here. So we'll see where that goes. I think the next pack is that pack that had the Skullcap Nuisance. I keep calling it Skullcap. It's a Skull Snap Nuisance. Well, I mean, I'm not missing out on much. Do I just take it? But like my black kind of Like, why take it, though? Is my black... I mean, there's a Moldering Gym, I guess? I don't know. I'm just going to take the Gym. I just feel like it's just a better... It'll lead to a better deck for us, I think, if I end up going that direction. Take the Inferno in case I need to splash that as a removal. Really weird draft, by the way. Really, really weird draft. Threats around every corner I love. I guess I know blue-green wasn't super open, but the color combination does work well together, and threats around every corner is premium, so let's go ahead and take that. We have a fair number of manifest already. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have the Bookworm, which is premium. The Moldering Gym lets us splash. Possibly this Trapped in the Screen, which I do think is better than the Impossible Inferno. So there we go. And now we got past the Fly Trap. Okay, I mean, green didn't seem open, but I guess at least the person directly to our right is not in green. I will take this Fly Trap here. And I will take this Unnerving Grasp here. There's a Monstrous Emergence, Vanish from Sight as well, and Stick Twister number 2, but Unnerving Grasp is fantastic. All right, so let's fill out the rest of our deck now. We have some direction here. Blue-green. Potentially splashing white for removal. We also have this Inferno. Bashful Beastie is going to make its way back in here. You know how much I like the Beastie Boys, even though it's really not that great. I'm just going to take Defiant Survivor here. Just a solid 3-mana card. It manifests. Combos well with the Cursed Windbreaker. Nothing else I'm really missing out on here. There's a Scorching Dragonfire, I suppose. And now I will take another Beastie. I'll take it here over Fear of Falling. This is fine. I like it better in blue-white where you have some eerie synergies. I don't really care for the Slimy Aquarium. I'd rather just have another cheap thing to play that helps me get Delirium. So happy enough with the Beastie here. And now we have Monstrous Emergence. Oh, I feel like we didn't see any green in pack 1. And now we're just seeing all the green. So that gives us access to another removal effect. So 2 removal effects, a couple of bounce effects. Okay. I'm kind of liking what's happening here. What's our mana fixing situation? Moldering Gym, threats around every corner. There's a third Meat Locker. I'm actually going to take Seize from Slumber here, just addressing my weakness. The weakness of this deck being just lack of interaction. So I'm just going to play both of these. And now I will take Monstrous Emergence over the Altenac. Definitely don't need this card. How many creatures do we have? 8? Okay. This is 10 cards. Yeah, this is our deck. I'm happy enough with this. Happy enough with this. A little bit light on creatures, I will say. 8 creatures, 4 manifest cards. So that's 12. No, 5. So that's 13 creatures, and then Moldering Gym acts as another creature in the super late game. So that's actually fine with some card draw and a bunch of interaction now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you count Glimmerburst as a crappy creature, that also is a thing. Fear of Imposters or Clammy Prowler, they're both really bad. So I hope to not play either. It's a Glassworks that we wield, but I think I'd rather just splash the red. Oh, another removal spell here in the Monstrous Emergence. This means that I probably don't need to play Seize from Slumber. If I can just keep it to... Honestly, if I can just keep it to 2 colors and not even have to splash the Trapped in the Screen, that's ideal. And now that I have triple Emergence, Unable to Scream, Flood Pitch Drowner, 3, 4, 5, and a few bounce effects, feels like white might not be necessary. I'm going to actually play the Friendly Teddy here. It's an artifact. Oh, never mind. That's another playable card too. All right, I'll just cut the Teddy. This is our deck. Actually, this might be a deck where the Moldering Gym is not necessary, just because I have a bunch of 3-mana cards. So maybe we can cut that. So we might still play the Friendly Teddy just to have a 2-mana card in our deck. We have a few options though. We have the Creeping Peeper. Let's actually put them all in. Creeping Peeper, Piranha Fly, and the Teddy. Stock Research. You know what? Let's just put them all in. Screw it. Okay. Let's just take a look at our deck and kind of figure things out accordingly. This is our interaction stack. These are our 4-drops. Okay. Fear of Imposters, I'm never playing. Apparition, this is not a good Apparition deck. All right, so potential cards here on the right side. Yeah, I definitely want something to play on turn 2. And this deck just doesn't feel like it needs Moldering Gym. I have 5 3-mana plays along with double Meat Locker, and I'm not really ramping into much. I have a Beastie, and if I'm not splashing, it's just seems unnecessary here. And it's, you know, it might actually be the Creeping Peeper. You know, I almost never ever play this card, but our deck actually has 8 enchantments in it. And being able to play a turn 3 threats around every corner, or an underwater tunnel, or the mana, or to be able to sink that mana into the double Meat Locker does seem pretty nice. Along with, I mean, even the bottomless pool to be able to flip the locker room. Think it's better than just playing a friendly Teddy. This is nice because it might help us get Delirium, but I am definitely in need of some 2s because Fear of Isolation is more like, let's just put it here in the 5 mana slot. So we have access to 3 2-mana plays, along with 3 Monstrous Emergences, which are relevant turn 2 plays, right? So this does count. Even though we can't play a creature on turn 2, we can still do this if we're on the draw. So we still have enough things to do, I think. So I do think it's probably the Flood Pitch Drowner. We have plenty of gas, Glimmer Burst, double Meat Locker, bottomless pool. So I do like that as well. All right, let's run this and see how this goes. Now, before round 1 starts, I just wanted to say that if you've been enjoying this content and my Road to Rank 1 series in general and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That is patreon.com/paulcheon. Once again, a special shout out to all the patrons. Thank you so much for all your support, as it really means a lot and allows me to continue making all of this content. I don't play Creeping Peeper often, but when I do, it's mediocre. That's all. It's medium minus. All right, well, this hand is still fine. Got a turn 2 play here in the Drowner if we need. Running out a Naked Flytrap is unfortunate, but that is our world. Grand Entryway, okay. Maybe I should play both 2-drops. I just don't know what to cut. The Peeper would have been fine here. Cult Healer is the play from the opponent. Take that. I will tap down the Cult Healer. Now what do I do? I will attack. The problem is this thing just doesn't do much. And having a Flytrap on the board doesn't seem... Granted, I still have the combination of Meat Locker plus Flood Pitch Drowner. But I think in general, playing the Flytrap will just be better. Let's just do that. Tunnel Surveyor from the opponent. No attacks from them. That's a lot of Meat Lockers. Alright, we'll just pass. Plenty of card draw here, so if the game goes kind of long, I'm feeling reasonably happy about this. Meat Locker on the Flytrap is a thing, yep. Alright, let's cast Glimmer Burst. And then decide what we want to do. Probably just do this. I don't really care about their life. So just kind of clean up the board a little bit. We have Bottomless Pool. I have Creeping Peeper. I can also Meat Locker Cult Healer. I can Meat Locker Cult Healer and Bottomless Pool, or I can try to set up my mana and play Creeping Peeper and just bounce the 1/1. No, let's just tap everything down. Let's slow them down. Because our Flytrap will untap at some point as well. Also, being able to go Fear of Isolation to just bounce another thing with Bottomless Pool is fantastic. Toby! Alright, well, guess what we're bouncing? We have a play here. Toby Bryant. And the Beastie should help us get Delirium as well. So really making good use of our mana here. Dissection Tools. Goodness! They've got a lot of good cards. All right. It's a sorcery. I guess we tap this down? Is there any way for me to get Delirium? Although, maybe not. I like just meat lockering the 4/4 Death Touch Lifelinker here. Attacking for 4, I guess. And I'll play the Peeper. I have this Peeper. I have a lot of things to do with this Peeper. Now I'll take 4 damage here. They can also tick this up to try to race me. It might be better actually to just use the Drowned Diner. Oh, never mind. They're getting aggro. That's fair. I mean, if they pump the Toby, I'll just block the Toby. It's not a big deal. Wait, they didn't block? Or rather, they didn't put a counter? Okay, well, if that's not the most suspicious thing on this planet, I don't know what is. I mean, how important is it that I get Delirium here? It does unlock my Beastie as well, so I should probably do it. And I just want to mill a land, probably. Okay. So now I have Delirium. What do I do with that? They probably have some way to deal with my Flytrap. They have to, right? Okay. Flytrap can attack, but I think I want to only attack with the Flytrap. And play this a little more defensively here. What can they have? So I'm afraid of Jump Scare. So I'm going to put an extra counter on the Flytrap. But I want to have 3/4 and a 3/3 against the Cult Healer. They could have Seize from Slumber. That's also fine. I'm glad I made this into a 3/5, I will say. The question now is, what do I do now? I'm at 12 life. They can move a bunch of counters around. I'm going to put this on the Cult Healer just to minimize the damage I take. Just feel like, because I feel like I'm going to be able to stabilize here, and I just want to, like I said, not just get totally run over randomly. We can surveil both lands to the bottom. No need to activate, no need to mill myself anymore with the Beastie. I see, okay. So they're gonna move the Dissection Tools. They're gonna move the Dissection Tools and hit me with the Apparition, especially because they flipped it over. So I will need to find an answer for that. Man, a Vigilance Death Toucher is so good. Vigilance Death Touch Lifelink is so, so good. Alright. So we're gonna need the way to find... We're gonna need... to find a way to bounce the Apparition. We do have a lot of ways to do that. But we're going to need to draw 3 here. Try to find Manifesto War. We have a lot of interaction, so... There is the Manifesto War. All right. But we actually found something better. We found Monstrous Emergence. We have 12 cards left. I have a Beastie in my hand, so I can kill the Apparition. Actually, is that better? Maybe it's better just to manifest right now. And just start attacking. I have 12 cards left in my deck. Because they have to keep sacking things to move this around, and I can just keep using Monstrous Emergence. Alright, so let's just do that. Let's manifest this, sure. And I'm at 8 life. They can make a 4/5, a 5/6, perhaps a 6/7 even. But I do want to try to close things out too. I mean, I'm definitely attacking with the Flytrap. I just got to figure out where else my stuff's going. I can just chump with this card if they attack me with the Dissection Tools. No, I can't attack. I can't go too crazy here. All right, let's just spread it around. And they don't have good blocks, so Fly Trap's just getting me slow incremental value every single turn. I imagine they're gonna sack the Cult Healer here. Wow, they're keeping the Cult Healer around. Okay. Oh, you know what sucks actually? Oh, I didn't think about this. What's really bad about this situation is I cannot kill this with the wait, can I kill it? It's a 1, 3, 3, 4. I can't kill it anymore. Oh no. Oh my gosh, what a top deck. Okay. Sure. What a top deck that was. Let's manifest that. I want to save this for after they move the dissection tools. This is a 3-3. This is also a 3-3. 3-4-2-2. So I need to pump this at least once. Alright, let's kill the Glimmer. Alright, they're at 10 life. And let us make another 3-3. Certainly running out of things here. Seize from Slumber, okay? The nice thing about that is they have to play the Erratic Apparition, but they can't unlock Elegant Rotunda. But I think they still want to make a big Erratic Apparition. So I think the way that we just got so far ahead on cards that we're just going to get them that way, right? Because they're going to make the Apparition here, and now next turn I just attack and they die, for the most part. So yeah, let's do this. Reveal a creature card, target this. That should get it done. I can flip this one over for extra damage, but this is lethal, so... Alright. They had a nice deck! Toby, dissection tools, etc., but we were able to... Our deck has a lot of removal, a lot of tempo, a lot of interaction, and card draw. So we can always just slow things down and kind of deal with everything that our opponents can possibly throw at us. Alright, on the play here, definitely keeping. Turn 1 Beastie into maybe Quick Delirium for the Fly Trap? Ooh, that was a... We milled a good one, but it's okay. It's the cost of doing business, if you will. No! Wildfire, Wickerfolk. My creature can't block yet. You need to chill out over there, buddy. I'm gonna play this and hope that they just don't attack me. That's my hope. It's like, hey, it's a 2-4. You can't attack me. It's a 2-4. It's bigger than your 3-2. It might actually still just be correct to block. Just, it's a lot of damage. No. It's just 3. I go to 14, mill myself with the Beastie, play threats around every corner, and I'm really likely to hit Delirium. Because we don't have a creature or an enchantment yet in our yard. Them tanking like this makes me feel like there's less of a chance that they have a combat trick, but who knows? Oh, wow, they didn't even have a land drop? Oh my gosh. That's kind of savage. Oh, maybe they're just timing out. I don't know. Yeah, this is unfortunate. I think they just AFK'd or whatever. All right, let's play threats around every corner. I have a land in the graveyard already, so let's just do this. Still do blue. Hey, our opponent reconnected. But they didn't play something for a turn, which might be enough for us to just be able to take over here. We got The ramp going here with the threats around every corner, the monstrous emergence. If they want to kill the fly trap, they're going to need Glassworks, I think. I'm happy for them to try to use some kind of combat trick here. Ooh, that's a really good one, though. All right, let's hope to hit Delirium now. That puts... We're constant. Okay, that's an enchantment. Oh, never mind. That's also totally fine to do. I can't kill it right now, so... I can drown Diner to try to get Delirium. That's also a thing. I just need to find a creature, right? Yeah, that's probably better because no matter what, I can always still drown the bottomless pool. So getting Delirium seems nice because I can attack with both of these. So let's actually go drown Diner and try to find a creature to discard. Okay. Sorry, Creeping Peeper, you are done. Yeah, this is going to be too strong. Now we have the monstrous emergence as well. Yeah. I mean, honestly, like, if they attacked me that turn and I blocked and they do that, like, it could have been a totally different game, but I mean, it happens. I've disconnected and lost games too. It's unfortunate, but sometimes Comcast or Cox Cable or whoever, they hiccup. All right, opponent on the play here. This hand is fine. Yeah. I got the Beastie again, turn 1. It's better to use the bottomless pool on, like, something that's expensive. It just buys you so much more tempo. Nowhere to run on Beastie. Oh, okay. Sure. I mean, I'm just going to play this anyways, so let's just do it, whatever. Okay, 4-1. Let's use Emergence to kill this. And honestly, I'm just attacking. Let's hope to keep finding targets for Monstrous Emergence. Most Valuable Slayer. That is sadly not a target for most Monstrous Emergence. Dang. Do I want to kill the Norin here? Sure. Just a tempo play, getting it for damage. I'm kind of out of action, though. Like, if they play Most Valuable Slayer again, I have nothing. Yep. But I have lots of removal I can draw. Okay. Sure. Alright, so let us... manifest. And then try to surveil into something nice. Alright, let's, hold on, let's take a look. I kind of want this land in the graveyard, so yeah, that's fine. And then let us do this. No more lands. Ooh, I do like both of those. Actually, I don't really care for the Defiant Survivor that much, I don't think. Hold on. Like, I definitely want Meat Locker. I don't think the Survivor is particularly good. Alright. Let's keep the Meat Locker. I don't know that they're going to want to attack me with the Most Valuable Slayer just because I have access to Locker Room. It looks like they're interested in utilizing their found footage. Alright, I mean, this is going to get them pretty close to Delirium. It's Artifact and Creature, if they hit like a land and a spell, boom. Yep, they have Delirium. Although, they need a Swamp, okay. So I have a couple of options. I can Meat Locker here, but I actually think this is a really good opportunity to drown Diner. and set up future turns. This is like the best turn to do so because they're gonna they cast Found Footage. So I just feel like this is a really good turn for us to do this. We will discard a forest. I do have a backup forest here because I want to play Underwater Tunnel and try to find another good play for next turn. See what we have. Unable. Wow, that's both really good. Next turn, I have access to 7 mana. Let's see what they play. Could just be a removal spell here, which would not be ideal. Alright, they're getting aggro. I think that's going to be a good unable to scream target. Oh no, this is actually really good. Yeah, no. This is very good. Because I have Slimy Aquarium. Oh yeah, this is great. I have 7 mana, so I can Slimy Aquarium the Bashful Beastie. And then still Meatlock or something. So why don't we Slimy Aquarium? Do this. Meatlocker this. And it's like the exact same board from the previous turn. But I can flip up the Beastie and I can play Unable to Scream. And the Beastie is going to be a 6/5. Which is very strong. Taking a lot of advantage of the value that we get from rooms. They have lots of great removal here, though. Wow! That's unfortunate. Man, and they hit Sawblade Skin Ripper. Oof. Yeah, I do not like this position that I'm in. I do not like it at all. I thought I was going to be in a really great spot, but now I guess not, right? How do they just know? So smart you are, Kit Kats. I mean, that was most of our card draw, too. I'm actually, like, wondering what happened. Like, how do I not have any resources left? You know what I mean? Like, what happened? I drew a bunch of cards. They have 4 cards and I have nothing. I made 2 3/3s. I bounced the thing. I guess this doesn't really get you ahead on cards. I don't know, though. This is kind of rough. Yep, I think we're going to lose this game. That Inferno was so... Like, the timing on that Inferno was so good. Just because I had the Beastie going. I guess we did draw, like, a bunch of lands, but still. We've also gone through most of our deck. Alright. Good beats. We play... Look, I don't mind those losses. I know maybe we, like, drew a few too many lands or whatever, but I don't mind those losses. Like, I played cards, my opponents played cards, and the removal was good enough to get the job done. Alrighty. Opponent on the play. Wow, our monstrous emergences are quite bad right now. Need to find a creature. But I kind of want to get a green source first. Oh. That was a good draw. Removal check on opponent. If they play Gremlin Tamer, I even have a way to kill it. Glimmerlight is fine. What do I discard? Oh, yo. I'm going to discard a Monstrous Emergence. I've seen the way this plays out far too many times where I just like discard a land early because I feel like this is going to live and I'm going to keep cycling through my deck. And then they kill my Bookworm. And then all of a sudden I don't have any card flow going and I don't draw my lands and I'm sad, right? That's what can happen. But in this case, it's not so bad because I can bounce my Bookworm. Let's manifest this. And have a good time. There is the Gremlin Tamer. There you are. Hello. You can go die now, though. Yes. You are allowed to enter the graveyard. Now we can pitch a land. We got 4 in play. We're good. I think in general I want more blue once I have my second green. So they drew their 3rd land. I haven't gotten value from the Bookworm just yet, so if they kill this, then it's kind of annoying, obviously. Do you really play? Whatever. Like, they could have jump scared, they could not. They can feel good about bluffing me for damage. Whatever. This is great. I get to still draw my card. This is good. And then I still have access to Unnerving Grasp. And drawing the Meat Locker was obviously great too. What do we need in our yard? A creature? Okay. Or, oh, we have enchantment, sorcery, land. So yeah, creature. This is like my only actual removal spell, so I'm gonna like kind of... If the creatures that they have in play can be managed with other things, then I'll just keep this back. Wow, that's an attack. 22 cards left in my deck. I mean, this should be over before I deck myself, unless they have a really good way to stabilize. Cult Healer is the play from the opponent. And a pass. Okay. There is an enchantment that we put into the yard. Goodness. Do I have land in the graveyard? I sure do. And I have enchantment in the graveyard? I sure do. Alright, well, I'm going to try to find a creature here to put in the yard so I can attack. Gosh! I don't want either of these cards. I just want more interaction. And I want Delirium. Oh, man. I guess I do need to be kind of careful with how I do this. What the heck? Okay. Whatever. Hey, we hit a creature! We hit a creature! Let's go! Yeah. There's no reason. I don't really need to loot anymore, I don't think. They're at 1 life. I tap down their life linker. There's just no way they can deal 10 damage to me. I have 5 attackers. So, this should be it. Okay. I'm sure they had a fine blue-white deck, but We've seen it happen to everybody. Not being able to draw your lands or cast your spells is an extremely frustrating experience, and I get that. I will say our deck is really good against Unable to Scream. We have Fear of Isolation, Double Unnerving Grasp, and Bottomless Pool. There's the Creeping Peeper. I'm keeping this. It's got cards, lands and spells. I'm sure the Peeper will be fine. Look, it's a 2-drop, okay? I needed a 2-drop. Almost any 2-drop would do, and I have a bunch of meat lockers and stuff. But for the most part, if it just trades with their 2-drop, I'm okay with that, right? If they're just like, yo, attack my playmate into the Peeper, okay. You're playing red-white? I don't wanna take 2. Split Skin Doll, sure. And if they don't attack me, that's also fine. All right. This one is not as good at blocking. Curse Windbreaker is not that good against red-white. Just 3 mana for a 2/2 body is not ideal. But I didn't really feel like meat lockering the Split Skin Doll either. Honestly, I can just block. Like, I don't have any big creature down there anyways. Oh, okay. Alright, there's a Beastie Boy. The question now is, do I want to lock it down or do I want to drown it down? I think I want to lock it down. And hopefully we can get something in our graveyard for Delirium. Like this matchup, I just want to do every trade possible to stay alive, just because I know that in general, my late game is going to be stronger than theirs. Although right now, maybe not so much. We'll see. Well, I'm hoping they don't have an exile removal spell, because the Beastie does line up pretty well with what they have in play right now. So I think this is fine. If they have Trapped in the Light or Betrayer's Bargain, that's really bad. But if it's just like a Scorching Dragonfire, we're okay. Oh, they have Trapped in the Screen. Yeah, you know, I mean, like sometimes you have to. And if they play a 2-drop here, okay, no 2-drop. I mean, you just kind of play to like. It's so much worse to just play Flood Pitch Drowner. You know what I mean? All right. Oh, son of a gun! What am I doing? Why am I tapping like this? I tap like a giant moron. I feel like every draft I just play like a complete buffoon. Like what? I needed to keep a blue up, not a green. Okay. I'm gonna really slow down here, okay? I'm gonna really slow down because I am playing like absolute trash. Frankly, it's kind of embarrassing how badly I'm playing. It's unacceptable. Honestly. It's unacceptable. I mean, they have a solid deck, but it doesn't matter. Like, that was so stupid. Like, this Enduring Courage should be gone. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I was dead this game anyways. They had a really good curve. Yeah. Man, that's really unfortunate though. Like I thought I was able to match them pretty well, and then they really just like their top end was amazing, and me tapping like a just absolute idiot does not help. 3 and 2, 4 in a row. Come on, D-tilt. Somebody massage my head. I need the D-tilt. I feel like every draft I have a moment. I mean, that would have been a totally different game, but like beating turn inside out would have been pretty tough, I think, in general. Just gonna mulligan this hand. Keep this. There is a chance I don't hit Delirium here. And like there's a chance I miss on lands, so I want to lead with turn 1 Beastie. Have the Terramorphic Expanse as a way to put the land in my graveyard. I think it's worth it to do that. The other thing is just like, oh, I'll eventually mill a land, so maybe I should just go ahead and put the other thing on the bottom. I don't know. The thing is like, what if they kill the Beastie, right? Go see a Stick Twister. All right, immediately mill a land, obviously. It's okay. Happily trade my Peeper for their Stick Twister. Innocuous Rat. Unable to scream on the Beastie, sure. I don't feel like I need to play out the Flytrap just yet. I'm just going to use the Monstrous Emergence here. Get that off the battlefield and then play the Terramorphic Expanse. Use that to get a blue source. And pass. Next turn we're set up to play the Drowned Diner, which isn't bad. They have 3 cards left in their hand. Cursed Windbreaker, that's fine. Nothing too crazy. Not the most absurd clock in the world. That's a Bookworm. I just don't have a lot of action to discard, so I'd rather Drown Diner here first, I think. And then that'll set us up for future turns. And then now we can pitch the land. Hey, we did have the interaction that I talked about, which is Fear of Isolation plus Patchwork Beastie. Fear of Lost Teeth does not do too much here. They have a Flying Rat. I see. Maximizing that damage. I have 2 types in my graveyard. I kind of just want to play the Beastie this turn. I mean, I can also play the Bookworm, but... like, I can play Fear of Isolation plus Bookworm. I have access to 6 mana potentially with the Creeping Peeper. Oh, what am I doing? I should have just blocked here. Alright. This is a nothing. I should have blocked here. I don't know why I didn't block. Alright, real talk. After this game, I am going to take a little bit of a break. I am not playing well. This is frankly embarrassing. And I do apologize. All right, we're pulling pretty far ahead on cards here now, though. So, Tunnel Surveyor, sure. I think this is great, right? I have Delirium now. Okay. I mean, I can bounce the Meat Locker, but I'm not really interested in drawing any more cards, so it would just be for the stun. Do I just want to have another 3/3 in play here? And put another flyer into play? Like, I definitely just want to play Fear of Isolation. So yeah, let's just bounce the Beastie. Alright. I am now going to attack with lots of things. I'm just letting you all know. My plan is to attack with many creatures next turn. They have 2 cards left. They might want to move the Cursed Windbreaker into something that trades with the Defiant Survivor. Fear of Lost Teeth? Sure, whatever. No mill. Flood Pitch Drowner is also great. Let's play a Fly Trap. Let's put a counter on the Survivor. And the Peeper. Like, if they have a somewhat favorable block, I really do not care. You know what I mean? Like, we're just getting in for a ton of damage here. Up lots of cards. Let's kill that face down card because that's the unknown information. Sure. They take 9 and I manifest. Draw a card. Can tap something down. Good spot to be in, I think. Yeah, let's kill that. Sure. Sure, sure. Lots of stuff happened. Disturbing Mirth. Oh, I guess they're splashing for it. Alright, some manifests on that side. Okay. Sure. But I do get to manifest now. Play this. I kind of just want to keep everything on top, but maybe I don't want lands. I guess I want Unnerving Grasp. I have 11 cards left, okay. They're going to have to use a removal spell on the Fly Trap, most likely. And we still have Drowner plus Unnerving Grasp. Yeah. Just too many cards. Like, that's the thing. If you're playing like a 1-for-1 removal game with blue-black, blue-green just has so many ways to draw cards. It's going to be really hard to keep up. Just so much value. All right, 4 and 2. Oh, hold on. Actually, gonna take a little break. Okay. Okay. Opponent on the play. Our hand is kind of slow, but we do have triple Monstrous Emergence that we can draw, along with some other 2s. I think I'm gonna keep it, but of course, very, very dangerous hand to keep here because they can run us over, particularly with a turn 1 Raucous Carnival. Turn 2 Island is a little bit better. Okay. So we went back-to-back lands off the top. Not ideal. Not ideal at all. Razorkin Needlehead. Ooh. That one might be a problem, I'm just gonna say. Let's lock it down. I'm gonna lock this down just because there's a chance they don't play an enchantment. And if they don't, then I don't take any damage. What the heck? What? No, see, I can't. No, I'm not allowed to lose to this. I'm going to, though. It's just a tragedy. Oh, God. Oh, goodness. I'm at 15. I think, as much as I want to set up threats around every corner, I think I need to do this. I need to find a way to get this Needlehead off. What are you splashing? Gremlin Tamer? So they're splashing... You know, I'm not even gonna try. Just not even gonna try. What if they like try to Scorching Dragonfire my face down card? Do I have Delirium? I don't. Oh, so it doesn't really matter if I flip this up, huh? Because it becomes an 0-2, so it's a 1-3, I guess? If they had some other trick or removal spell, they would have attacked with everything. So let's just double block the Researcher, take 2. I really need to find an answer for this Needlehead, though. Don't think I'm in a position to Glimmer Burst here. I think the play is Fear of Isolation into Slimy Aquarium into Underwater Tunnel. Okay, gotta land. Play this, Surveil. Look for some action. We're at 11. Does Meat Locker get it done? The problem is like against the Needlehead, it's just not very good. I actually don't think I want Meat Locker here. I need to find like a bounce spell, the 2-1 that taps something so that I can like draw a bunch of cards. Because I already have a Drowned Diner available, I just don't think it's that important. Yeah. I mean, but what do? I'm going to Glimmer Burst first. Just because... Yeah, I mean, this card's obviously... Okay, there we go. Found a couple of answers. I am happy. Unable to Scream here. I mean, Gremlin Tamer is also problematic. There's just a lot of problematic cards. We don't have a lot of cards left in our deck. Getting that off the table is step number 1. Or dealing with it in some way. Is this Vanish from Sight? Like, what do you have? If you have a counterspell, I imagine you're going to use it. Okay, it is a counterspell. Okay. What is this card? A Bookworm. I'm at 8. I don't want to attack just yet, I don't think. I'm just going to flip up the Bookworm. And take more damage, because that's what I do. Oh, that's another answer. Okay. We have many answers now. So now I'm actually not that concerned about my life total. Because I have the Emergence and the Floodpitch Drowner. Not as concerned. But I should full control this so I can get rid of this on my combat step. Oh, wait, did they deface Gallery? No, they Painter Studio'd. Why did they tap like that? Because if I do it this way, on my upkeep, I can sack the Drowner. Maybe they have another counterspell. Maybe their deck is just Razorkin Needleheads and counterspells. I don't know. Maybe they have Get Out. I don't know. I don't want to take any more damage, though. That's what I do know. Let's draw. All right. We are now getting some work done. We have 13 cards left in our library. There's nothing I really want to bounce, unfortunately. Let's try to kill it. Fear of Imposters. I get to manifest? Okay. I have 10 cards left in my deck. Gotta think about this. What do I want to do now? 10 cards left. I don't know that I want a Drowned Diner. I can keep this untapped so it can block. I can bounce the underwater tunnel. I think I'm just going to bounce my isolation. Definitely do that. Okay. Bounce this. I will play this, but I'm going to just keep anything on top. Oh, but we can draw the... Well, actually, we're going to draw both. Whoo, this is close. This is close. I'm drawing so many cards. I actually can't really manifest. Yep. Are they going to attack me? I am at 7. Need to get that Tamer off the battlefield. They have a really tricky deck with a bunch of like counter magic and whatnot. I need to try to find some way to close this game out. I don't care about blocking with the Bookworm at this point, so I will. My 1/1 will obviously also block. Those are my blocks. Pyroclasm? Okay, whew. I can't think of anything they can have for 1 man. Oh, they have that. Man, that's so annoying. Gremlin Tamer is so silly good. Alright. Let's kill that. I'm at 7 life. 7 life points? I can play 3 blockers and die? Yikes. I have 10 mana, 3, 6... I can have 4 blockers. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then take 2, 4... Yeah, I can only attack with 1 creature. I have to, I just don't have a choice. I don't want to draw cards. This one might be a game where we end up decking ourselves. This deck, my deck is very good at decking myself. Maybe I should have played a Chandelier. I didn't really think about it. That Gremlin Tamer did so much work. Like, that Rotunda was so big. That was beyond big. They need a removal spell. If they don't, then we don't die right away. I hope they just don't think and attack with everything. That's what I'm hoping for. Alright, there you go. The thing is, they didn't even use Elegant Rotunda. Oh, no, they did. Alright. I will make the appropriate blocks. I mean, those are the appropriate blocks to take the minimum amount of damage. Piggy bank. They have 2 cards. This has Vigilance. Oh my gosh. So they have to block Flytrap. They take 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Please be enough. Please be enough. Oh my gosh, we did not deserve to win that one. Oh my gosh. Well, you know, there are games where sometimes like I do some mistakes. I don't know what they could have done there. We just did everything we could to survive, keep our life total high without decking ourselves, and wow, we're at 5-2 now. This draft, ups and downs, but it's okay. 5 wins and 2 losses, 2 more to go. All right, I am on the play here, and oh gosh. all great blue cards, but no islands, and I have a turn 2 monstrous emergence. I'm gonna mulligan. I don't want to lose that way. We have... So I boarded this in over the Peeper just because I wanted a bigger card for the monstrous emergence. But I do think I will probably bottom it just because I think the upside of the Beastie is a little bit higher. Could also been the Cursed Windbreaker, but maybe it is Cursed Windbreaker. Just to have a 1 and a 2. Sure. All right. Well, we kept a 2-lander after a mulligan. If we die, we die. Well, I will say I am already very happy with my decision to play the Researcher. Glimmer down. We will pass. Cult Healer. We will look to see what we want to fetch. Do we have any double green cards? I don't think so. So I'm just going to get a blue, I think. If I draw a land, that would be great. I'd rather just keep the stock Researcher back, and I am going to pass. Like, they could counter my Glimmer Burst, but it's, you know. Okay, happy with that trade. Conductive Machete. Okay, we will Glimmer Burst. Alright. Machete is good. We have a Bookworm here and a Meat Locker as plays. That is a bottomless pool. I think I like Bookworm Meat Locker better, but the question is, do I want to loot? Oh, I can bounce my Beastie. I forgot about that. So I have 5 mana. I can bounce my Beastie, replay my Beastie, and play Meat Locker. Okay. Just because I don't really need to loot right now, so I'd rather just Meat Locker the 4/3. Yeah, that was a good turn. Glimmerlight from the opponent, sure. Alright, we don't need to mill. That is a Beastie. They didn't equip the Glimmerlight, so it's likely they have a counterspell here. They're 19. Let's attack. See what they do. Entity Tracker would be annoying. Cease from Slumber. Oh, sure. Yeah. I mean, I guess they get to eat a 1/1. It's kind of annoying. Where did I even get the 1/1 from? Glimmer Burst, sure. Okay. I mean, the nice thing about this is I can still just run out the Bashful Beastie and not worry about a counterspell. And we did think they had a counterspell, right? But if they had a counterspell, I shouldn't have attacked with the 1/1. So that was a small misstep. I should have just attacked with the Beastie. They only have 1 card left. Hopefully it's not a way to deal with the Beastie. We'll see. It's a Slimy Aquarium, sure. And they can turn that into a 4/4. Which means I can't attack with the Beastie. Or the Patchwork Beastie, rather. I mean, they can do it all. They can Surveil and also use the Glimmerlight. But hopefully we can get ahead on cards here. I'm going to attack with the... Oh, they kept everything on top. Holy cow. Okay. Decline. That's another Beastie, which is pretty good. Just not really in any position to flip any of these over here. Let's attack. What on earth is that block? Okay. Sure. I mean, I just want to add to my board, so let's just play both of these and not draw a card. But they kept both cards on top. It's probably some kind of Banishing Light effect. Oh, Enduring Endurance. Enduring Innocence, rather. How nice. That's a good card. Absolutely a good card. Underwater Tunnel as well. Okay. Innocence is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I don't have a great attack other than with the Beastie. Obviously happy with the trade here. They don't have a good attack right now. Next turn, I don't have Locker Room as an option. I mean, I can, but I'd much rather Drown Diner. It's close. Let's see what we draw. Okay, that was a land. I mean, if I Locker Room, they're kind of forced to block. Maybe they just block with the Enduring Innocence anyways. I don't really care what blocks. I just get to draw a card here, which is great. All right, we'll manifest that. Let's draw a card. Okay. Fear of Isolation is fantastic. That is a Gremlin Tamer into make a thing and draw a card. Yep. That's great. Absolutely great. So how do I kill that is the question. Okay. What's my face down card? So I can't kill this, but what I can do is bounce it, which does not seem bad. I can Monstrous Emergence. Well, no, I can't Monstrous Emergence that. And I don't care about Enduring Innocence. There's also Meat Locker, but I think bouncing it is better. Just waste a lot of mana. How do I want to do this now? I do have Monstrous Emergence, but I kind of want to just save that. That's unfortunate. Oh well. I can still flip it up to draw a card. Am I interested in that? Because I haven't manifested anything yet. I have a Monstrous Emergence, but I can always use that later. So I do think it's still just worth it to flip it up here. Because I get to draw a card off the Bookworm. Alright. Okay. They're going to draw lots of cards. We're both drawing lots of cards. We're both drawing lots of cards. The nice thing, though, is I do have double Monstrous Emergence here. Sure. Okay. Good for you. Good for you there. Probably want to get the Tamer and the Hull Creeper off the battlefield. They're at 12. Curse Windbreaker was fantastic. I have 15 cards left. See what we hit. In case they bounce it or something. Them having a 4/4 is quite annoying, I will say. Let's kill the Tamer. Let's kill the Hull Creeper. Let's attack. And I'm going to play my land. Alright, so I drew Unable to Scream. I can Locker Room next turn. Oh! Nice Unnerving Grasp! I accept. I accept the Unnerving Grasp. What are you going to equip the Piranha Fly? Alright, they're passing. 8 mana available here for us. 8 mana available. Couple of face down cards with 2 mana up. 11 cards left in our deck. Shepherding Spirit. They didn't have the mana to flip it up though. Alright, let's manifest the Chandelier, which can be good. Very, very good. And why don't we go ahead and Meat Locker. This. I'm at 15. Sure. Okay. Damn, I thought that was going to be a really big attack. They're at 10 life. It would be great if they went to 4. Okay, this is fine too. I don't think I'm too concerned about all the enchantments flying around here. So I can probably save the Unable to Scream. The reason being is they might be just wanting to play the Shepherding Spirits. I don't know. They have a lot of stuff in hand. They've drawn a lot of cards. I've also drawn a lot of cards. I have a Chandelier as my face down card. And I have an Unable to Scream. So if they just like play the 4/5 and like a ground creature, I can Unable to Scream that. Flip over my Chandelier. Oh, and I won't have enough to flip over my Chandelier, equip, and do everything I want. Alright, well, we'll see what they do. Bottomless Pool. It's almost certainly bouncing my face down card. Fair enough. Damn. Okay. That is a large Shepherding Spirits. We have 7 cards left in our deck. This will be a 1/3, I believe. They have 3 cards left in hand. Seven cards. Oh, it's a 2/4? Goodness. Well, that allows me to at least attack. And they're at 5. What do I want to put back into my graveyard? There's a Monstrous Emergence. I mean, I have a lot of options here. Alternatively, I just have threats around every corner, and I can just go for that. But that's not lethal. But it just draws me lots of cards. I'm at 15. I kind of want to wait on the Chandelier till I have more mana available to me. They have 3 cards in hand. All right. Yeah, let's play a slower game here. One land left. Let's give this wings. Three cards left in hand for the opponent. They have a locker room. They have 3 cards in hand. Fear of Immobility, sure. They tap down my face down card. Another Fear of Immobility. Okay, fair enough. They have 2 4/4s in play as well. Okay. How is the stupid Fly Trap like the last card in my deck? It's kind of ridiculous. They're at 5. I'm at 11. All right. I forgot about this card. I should have done this too. Oh well. All right, they have 1 card left in hand. Sure. Okay, they have 2 mana left. Okay, so they attack with everything. I have to block 2 things. And I have Unnerving Grasp for the last card. So this blocks here, and this blocks something. I guess this. Alright, I'm at 3 life. They get to draw a card. And I have Unnerving Grasp here available. Close game against Falero. That is one of the cube regulars that plays against Luis. Definitely going to expect hard matches when I play against that opponent. The Chandelier did something, almost. You know, actually, maybe it would have been better if I just played out that Chandelier. Anyways, we are playing for another trophy. Let's hope we can get there, but at the very least, we're still just putting up good record after good record with these insanely long, grindy games. All right, on the play, and our hand is amazing. This is the hand that you want. Turn 2 Bookworm, turn 3 Flytrap with a Monstrous Emergence. Very, very solid. Forest from the opponent. Turn 2 Bookworm here for us. We will loot, of course. Discard Island. Now we have 2 blue sources and 2 green sources. Do they have a Monstrous Emergence? They do not. Okay. How do I want to do this? A lot of options. I can just play the Flytrap and just try to hit Delirium later. Or try to get more value from it. I think just playing the Flytrap now is fine. And then we just keep looting. We will discard... This is actually quite interesting. I like the Underwater Tunnel. It might actually be Monstrous Emergence. It puts a sorcery in our yard too. Defiant Survivor from the opponent. That one is definitely annoying. As long as they don't like tap it down somehow, I'll be okay probably. But I think this is just a good opportunity to start getting value here with the Bookworm. And let's manifest. Let's see, what's in the yard? Land. So let's put an enchantment in the graveyard. Okay, no attacks yet. Draw a card. All right. Oh, perfect. Perfect. So we just don't want Fear of Exposure or Coordinated Clobbering. The Wicker Folk is totally fine. Okay, so they have a Horrid Vigor in hand, which is really unfortunate, but it is what it is. We'll make the block and force the action. This puts a land in the graveyard. Okay. Yep. It's okay. I mean, that's the worst case scenario, and so obviously this is very good, but I think we'll be okay. We have we have this Unnerving Grasp. We'll see what we can find here. I can just I can just bounce the Survivor, honestly. So they have Artifact Creature instant in the yard. This time, let's leave up a blue mana. Let's cast Unnerving Grasp on Defiant Survivor. Just to prevent just insane shenanigans. We have Creature, Enchantment Creature. We don't have a creature, so creature alone is good enough. So what do I want to flip over? I think Bashful Beastie is quite good against red-green. So I will manifest that. Okay. And now I can attack with the Flytrap. But I'm at 14, so I also just want to be careful with where I allocate my counters. I mean, I'm certainly attacking with this. I mean, counter here seems great. All right, let's just spread the counters, sure. They can't block. Yep. We'll pass, draw a card. Let's see what they do. You know what? Maybe, like, I always get greedy with that. I feel like I should probably honestly just have this be the flyer. It's just cheap to flip up, you know what I mean? Our opponent has a nice, aggressive Delirium deck, so I do definitely need to be careful here. Wow. 1 or 2 creatures, so they're getting uber aggressive here. Okay, we'll let that happen. I mean, I can't do anything about it. Okay. Happy enough with this. Tap this down. I'm blocking the dog. I'm just minimizing the damage that I take. Sure. Good for you. I mean, they recognize that as the game goes on, it's just going to be so hard for them. Okay, what do I want to do? This is certainly a very, very gigantic turn here for us. I think I just want to do maximum damage. So let's do this. Let's flip this up. Attack. They're at 5. Let's go. Let's do this. Unnerving Grass plus Meat Locker. Come on, trophy. I smell the trophy. The trap can't die to Glassworks. None of my creatures die to Glassworks. Omnivorous Flytrap will get 2 more counters here. I can tap down 2 things. Or bounce and tap down 2 things. So this is huge. Beastie will go in front of the Beastie. That's fine. That is totally fine. Meat Locker. Good game. Let's go. That's another trophy in the books. Great, great hand. And we were able to pull it off and still rank 1. So we are continuing to build on that lead. Let me check my untapped recent game stats here. So our last 3 drafts were 7-2, 7-3, 7-1, and 4-3. So that's after we hit rank 1. So that is an amazing lead that we have built up. Assuming other people are not running as hot as we are. But, I mean, it's just a great feeling. And this was a really odd draft. I think we got saved by pack 2 and pack 3. Going into after pack 1, we only had blue cards. We had solid blue cards, but it wasn't anything crazy. We had like some tunnels, some meat lockers, a fear of isolation, and I think an unnerving grasp. Something along those lines. And then we were trying to figure out what our second color should have been. We took a couple of black cards late. There were some red cards. We speculated on some white cards in pack 2, just because we know that blue, white, and blue, green are the good color combinations. And I was actually, because I was light on interaction going into pack 2, I was definitely setting myself up for a potential Bant deck with the white splash. But pack 2 and pack 3 was really great for us, allowing us to pick up 3 copies of Monstrous Emergence, along with the double Unnerving Grass, double Meat Locker, Unable to Scream, and the Flood Pitch Drowner, and Bottomless Pool. I just felt like all of that gives us enough bounce, tap, and tempo, along with the 4 hard removal spells here in the top right, that we just didn't need to splash the white. And the deck played out pretty smoothly, all in all. And that's the thing. In pack 2, we were like, we had no green cards, and then we saw a Bookworm. That's how good this card is. This card is silly, stupid good. And I would have done the exact same thing if I saw a Gremlin Tamer. Right? If I saw Gremlin Tamer in pack 2, I would have done the same thing. The power level of these 2-mana uncommons is so great that you just take it and it will drastically improve the overall win rate of your deck. And we were set up, because we had a bunch of enchantments after pack 1, we were set up to go blue-white or blue-green. It's just sometimes being flexible does pay off, because you just keep yourself open for whatever busted uncommon that gets passed over to you, and then you try to make it work with that deck. And then pack 3 was obviously great, getting past that fly trap and then kind of being able to round out the rest of our deck. 7-2. This is trophy number 27 or 28, something along those lines. But the most important thing is we are still rank 1. Let's go. Still rank 1, still holding on to that belt. We'll see what happens after the World Championship, because I'm not going to be playing a whole lot. But for now, I can at least say that I've held this title for at least a few days, because there's a lot of really great players still trying to hit rank 1. But for now, I'm going to share this belt with all of you. We are the champions of the world. Actually, no, the world champion will literally be decided when you see this. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, as I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've been enjoying this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Additionally, check out tcgplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. You want to pick up that booster box? You want to pick up that single to round out your commander deck, or you need a card for your FNM, check them out. Make sure you click that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Last but not least, check out heavyplay.com for top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, life pads, tons of great stuff on there. Make sure you check them out. heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.